Hey there, lovely people. Welcome back to Deathmark. This is episode 9 of our Let's Play series. In our last episode, we finally got to meet and exercise Miss Zoo, but we lost our partner. What's her face? I think it was yeah, I Kashiwagi. Because she went back to get her music, even though I told her to stay, and she didn't want to listen to me, so now she's dead. I wish I could feel bad about it, but I don't. Alright, I think we're ready to move forward. Isn't here anymore. Let's rest. I decide to rest now. End of chapter 4 with Miss Sue. She had a really freaky ghost design. Like snakes for arms, pig face. I still like Hanayome the best. She's the chewing bride has been like my favorite ghost. It's been nearly a day since we found Mary. We're like a boat adrift on the ocean without a compass to guide us. Who knows where the currents will take us? Will we find salvation at the end? Hey, Mr. Moosh. Looks like we wasted a whole day. Is it going to be like this every day? I really don't like her. Not a fan of this naked boob doctor. We're done checking in here. Why don't we look outside? Mary said unnecessary contact with outsiders could speed up the Mark's curse. And if I lose any more of my memories, I'm not sure I'll be able to function. For the past 10 days, the only other person I've spoken to is the convenience store clerk. Ah, that explains why we've only had TV dinners and snack foods to eat. But sitting and waiting isn't going to accomplish anything. I'd rather not wind up forgetting my own name, like you. Not that I completely believe that this curse thing is real. She raises her voice to hide how it shakes. She's still stubbornly sticking to her denial of the existence of spirits and the Mark. But I know that she's already accepted it. After all, she went through it herself last night. Ghosts and curses don't exist. I came to the school with those boob snakes. Those were my boob snakes. Who are the ghost boob snakes? Why'd this have to happen to me? Eek! Is that another mark bearer? Hiro is startled at the sudden knock. A visitor in the middle of the night. I don't need Mary to know it's a mark bearer. What do we get this time? Hopefully someone better than Hiro. Sorry to impose on you so late. Tall, thin man walks in. Who's this? Skin is as white as a sheet and dark circles nearly swallow his eyes. It's almost like a dead person stands before us. You're Moosh and Hiro, right? Heard about you and the Mark from Yasuoka before I came here. Something about a Miss Zoo, too? Sounds like you had a rough night. Seems to know Yasuoka. Maybe she's following through on her promise and sent him to help us. Well, let's get introductions done. I'm Shuji Daimon. You can guess my occupation. I'm gonna assume probably a doctor, based on the stethoscope. This thing means I don't have to explain, thank goodness. Gestures to the stethoscope around his neck. That's super funny. I'm a doctor? Did you see the stethoscope? I'm obviously not an imposter. Would an imposter be able to get a stethoscope and a lab coat? What kind of brings a doctor like you here? Layman's eyes flicker over at the suspicion in Hiro's tone. No need to be so defensive. I have the cursed scar, same as you, the Mark. He unbuttons his shirt to reveal a familiar mark on the left side of his chest, right on his left titty. It just suddenly appeared one day. But to be honest, I never thought it had happened to me. Maybe it's punishment for being stupidly curious about it. Curious? Did you know about the mark before Yasuoka told you about it? Yeah, that's right. There's mention of a strange scar in my grandpa's records as a military physician. I did some personal research. Military physicians' records would mean they'd be from the Second World War, more than 50 years ago. That doesn't add up. Rumors of the mark only started about a month ago now. If it was mentioned in those records, the rumors would be much older. There's a reason for that. Patients with the symptoms were kept in a secret army laboratory. Like underneath Manhole Road. We found that last episode. After the war, all top secret documents related to the lab were burned. Except the clinical records I found. Secret lab, huh? It's kind of hard to believe. Although we did already find a secret lab in the sewers, so that's a little bit strange. Dr. Diamond, you don't mean to say Mark was using some sort of biological weapon? Every country had at least one or two soldiers who were divinely possessed. People only call on gods when they're in trouble. It was the end of the war. They were backed in a corner. How unscientific. Don't you think so, Mr. Moosh? Can't deny it. I mean, it's not the first story I've heard about, like, people using ghosts or the occults to fight a war. In World War II, like the Nazis, they were big into occult stuff. What? Are you serious? Well, I can see why Yasuoka gave you her stamp of approval. But you consider every possibility is indeed admirable. That open-mindedness must allow you to face the supernatural. However, it's hard to picture the mark being used as a weapon. It seems the 13th Army Engineering Lab was developing something. It was called the Cannon Soldier. Cannon Soldier? Makes me think of the Boda Vista Cannon? 50 years ago in the Buddha statues. It can't be. Dr. Diamond, where is that lab? Fortunately, no idea. Sorry. The documents my grandfather kept don't give me any details about it. I see. Mr. Moosh, 13th Army Engineering Lab. It's the shelter Zukawa went to. Right, underneath Manhole Road. She pulled out her old map. Wanted to keep it secret, but I'd rather not die from this mark, I'll tell you. This shows the entrances to the 13th Army Engineering Lab. Whoa, are you serious? Cough, cough. In his excitement, he starts coughing. My apologies. Where did you get that, Hiru? My grandfather passed 6 months ago. We were sorting his belongings. Wasn't the idea of a secret lab just fascinating? So I thought I'd look into it. And then Miss Zukawa, stole it. And I accidentally let it slip to her. She loved strange experiments like that, so it probably stuck with her. I thought as much, though. Whatever turned her into a monster is down in that secret lab. It's a pretty unscientific line of reasoning, Hiru. Using the occult to turn yourself into a monster is utter nonsense. But if there's a scientific method behind it, I'll have to consider it. I suppose that's just how she is. She's all about the science. Was your grandfather involved with the lab in some way too, Hiru? He could have been. All I know is he was an engineer with the rank of captain. Wait, hold on. We're both grandchildren of people involved with the engineering lab. Now both of you have the mark? Yes, that would be correct. That, and our lab coats, are probably all Hiro and I have in common. Well, that's quite a coincidence. Let me understand, people with the mark appeared in the lab 50 years ago. Might be something there that'll help us find the truth behind the curse. It's also the origin of the Cannon Soldier. A name that reminds me of a statue. Traces of Miss Zoo in the shelter. Might all be connected to the Buddha statues that were stolen from H Shrine. Dr. Diamond gave us a lot of info. I'll have to thank Yasuoka for introducing him to us. The fates are indeed mysterious. Dr. Diamond, will you help us? Yes, of course. Just don't expect anything physical. Are you sick? You don't look so well. Yes, something like that. I don't practice what I preach. Haha. Dry laugh sounds like he's deflecting. He's abnormally thin for a man its age. It's possible that he's gravely ill. So great, we have the terminally ill guy and Hiro, who I'm not particularly fond of. They're going to be helping us on this mission. So we're heading to the shelter? About that. We were stopped from going further by a locked door. A strange old man was there too. I doubt he'll cooperate with us though. It'll be difficult to break in from there. Where did you enter the shelter? The manhole on K Miyachi North Road. I see. She opens the map and studies it. You're right, entrance is there. But there seems to be one other one. It's at Mnu South Alley. Have you tried going there? No, not yet. Let's go there. Hopefully we can get in. Alright, we got Rumors of the Cannon Soldier. Is that gonna be our next ghost? Some kind of like creepy soldier? I'm gonna take Shuji, because I really don't like Hiro. Quite honestly. I'll take the deathly ill guy on my team. Who's got a lot of intelligence but not a lot of power. I still don't know what these stats are for. If y'all are watching this and you know, let me know. Like, I don't know if these have anything to do with anything, or they're just telling me like if they're smart versus strong or what the deal is, but I haven't seen any way to use these stats. Alright, so... so we're looking at our files. Hold on. Cannon Soldier. Yasuoka sent a new mark bearer, Damon, to the mansion. He talks about a mysterious being called the Cannon Soldier he learned from the clinical records during World War II. Those documents also mention a scar similar to the mark. Everyone who had it worked in a specific army research facility. They were developing the cannon soldier there at the end of the war. I don't really know what the cannon soldier is, but if everyone involved in the research got the mark, then I can't help but think that they were trying to make its spirit into a weapon. But why would Damon, grandson of a researcher, and Hiru, granddaughter of a land engineer, suddenly get the mark now? Did the soldier's curse spread to the descendants or something? And then there's that 13th Army Engineering Lab. Hiru agrees to tell us more about it. Her old map is of that lab, the same underground shelter we broke into earlier. The key to Tsukawa's transformation and the stolen statues is likely there, so we'll have to go back again. The map shows another entrance on Emnu South Alley. Let's try looking around there this time. Okay. So, we should be able to exit and go to the South Alley. Let's take the sick doctor. Like, Hiru just wears on my nerves. I don't believe in ghosts. Well, maybe I do. I don't think the supernatural is real, but maybe it is. Reach Emnu South Alley. Like the North Road, it's silent and empty. Hard to believe a lab entrance is on a residential street like this. In any case, we should look around. Like here? You know, this is a residential area. The street is completely deserted. So, I'm guessing just in the manhole, huh? There's a manhole. Unlike Kei Miyamachi, this road only has one. It definitely looks suspicious. Manhole lid has a place to grip it, just like the one at Kei Miyamachi. Has to be it. Still, this is strange. Why doesn't the public have any idea about this underground shelter? You'd think the sewer department would at least. Yeah, if there's only one manhole on this road. You would think so, right? A reasonable conclusion. We can assume all info on this place is being concealed by someone. Be trouble if it were made public, huh? Then it's people who used to be involved. Yes, some are still alive today. A certain city representative used to be my grandfather's colleague. The Kujos may not be innocent either. Were they involved somehow? Oh, you don't know? After the war, the Kujo head was prohibited from public service. It was because he assisted the army in some manner. So he could have been involved with the lab. If I had to make a guess, this manhole is a Pandora's box for any dignitary with a damaged reputation. I wonder what secrets we'll find. Still, you know a lot about it, considering. I'm interested in the lab myself, though not as much as Hiru is. I've already done some research. But this being such an important secret place, isn't it a little too easy to get into? True, they're not guarding it. The lid could have originally been locked or bolted shut somehow. This Mizu might have done away with the restraints. That could be, I guess. When if the lid, a musty smell greets me. Ugh, smells familiar. Like the other entrance, the hole goes deep. Thankfully, there's a ladder here too. This reminds me of when I was a kid. Let's get going, Moosh. Let's go into this manhole. Let's get it. Damon and I descended into the dark world beneath H City. What awaits us down in that darkness? Will we find the truth we're seeking? Or a hell smeared with blood? New chapter. The Cannon Soldier. Ooh, look at all those bones. I hope we get another freaky one. Mizu was okay. Her design was interesting, but I really liked the Chewing Bride. Shimio had a really cool design. Hanahiko was really cool too, so let's hope for a cool ghost. The sight that greets us at the bottom is the same as what we saw at Kei Miyamachi. The looming concrete walls and the suffocating stagnant air. We weren't wrong to assume that the two places are connected. Cough cough. This is not a place someone with bad lungs like me should be. And is that an army song? Hearing that, I feel worse. It's been 50 years, so there's no way a radio or phonograph is still playing. Something supernatural has to be at work. It's so easy to fall back and blame things on the supernatural now. It must be a ghost. A song must be a ghost song. I've gotten too used to this occult world. I see. I don't have any spiritual powers, so that kind of thing is beyond me. If you say so, then I believe you. I mean, could be that homeless guy. It's a blood stain. Ooh. Run my fingers over it and realize that something is stuck to the floor. Keep scratching it until it starts to crease and I manage to pull it up off the floor. Talisman! Yeah! We're gonna need those because we suck at decision making. So what ways can we go? We can go forward, we can go back. Let's go back first. Oh, no, wait. This is... No, I don't think we want to go down this way. I think we would go past the ladder. We don't want to go to the doors yet. More blood. Blood leads to the ladder at the entrance with someone trying to escape. There are pitch black stains. Seems so. Still, there's entirely too much of it. It's like a blood bag burst. Doesn't that other thing bother you too? Of course it bothers me. Imagine we're on the same page. Looks like something was posted here. Yeah, there's like a big rectangle. Like a sign or a poster. Clearly to find clean space on the walls if something had been there. Looks like it avoided being sprayed with blood because something was originally posted here. Some kind of poster or bulletin? There's unfortunately no way to know. They seem to be old blood. Crackles and breaks off into flakes when I run my fingers over it. Open my eyes wide and stare at the white space that might have been a poster. I'll end up drying out my eyes. Oh. Alright. I don't think there's anything else we can do with it. It is very dark in this tunnel, though. It's like an emergency light. The place is abandoned. Has a power generator been running for all these years? Well, somebody must have been maintaining it or gassing it up. Right? Ooh, wait. It can flow swiftly down the pipes. Wait a minute. No, we're not going here yet. Hold on, I'm wrong. Maybe we do need to check that door first. Before we go wandering around these tunnels. Seems to be locked. Okay. Pitch black stains. It should be old blood. Crackles and breaks off in flakes when I run my fingers over it. And there's another poster that was here. Interesting. So that's like 2 bulletins now that we found. Huh. That's weird. Alright. So we need a key for this door. So now we're going to have to wander around in these dank old sewers. So. Let's start by going right. Sure. Nothing. And more blood. Dried blood has blackened on the floor. Quite a lot. Whoever left it probably died. But then where's the body? Looking the waterway and see something floating. Reach for it as I hold onto the edge. So I managed to grab it. Another talisman. Heyo. Nice. Alright. Let's go left. Looks like this is a dead end. Yeah. It does look like there's only a wall ahead, but... Breeze? I feel a draft coming from in front of us. Looks like there was a door there or something. All that's there is a wall. Well, yeah, but... Interesting. We can't click on anything, but it looks like something used to be there. Maybe we need a tool or something before we can interact with that wall. Here's another dead end. Nothing here. Right? Another door. More blood. Yep. We can't click on the door though. Alright, so it's another entrance to another lab. Dun, dun. Okay. Oh my gosh. I wish I could see like a big map. That would be awesome. Alright, I guess we'll go this way and to the right. I have no idea. It's a thick iron door. The keyhole isn't rusted. I could open it if I had the key. Alright. So we need a key here. Oof, this place is going to be, like, really hard to navigate, I think. Alright, there's the entrance. Left? There's another door. Step in view of an iron door that appears before me, the air clearly shifts. Goosebumps rise. A presence is approaching. There's an incessant beeping like from a telegraph. Freeze? Freeze in place. Oh. Live or die time. Beeping becomes gradually louder, almost as if it's trying to tell me something. I do not know Morse code. It just keeps repeating. This code, what in the world does it mean? Am I supposed to know this? Buddha? Dead. We obviously need something before we can do this. Darkness tightens around my throat like a noose. That oxygen in my brain instantly shuts down, and we're dead. So, decide again? I guess maybe we should turn back before going forward, because I don't know Morse code. Da-da. Turn back. Put on my heel and go back the way we came without looking back. So we obviously need to know something about Morse code. Seems like the presence is following. Managed to escape. Okay. But I don't think we have... Do we have anything in our documents that would help us? We don't have any documents at all. Interesting. And I think we've been everywhere else. I mean, I guess we're gonna have to do a guess and check, because I don't have any idea. Maybe we'll try it again. Maybe we need Hero. Maybe Hero knows Morse code? Alright, let's assume that this means something else. Soul? It means soul. Okay. Hear a quiet voice. Point to your soul. To my heart? Nope, dead. How am I supposed to know this stuff? Right? Like, again, it's like the guess and check stuff that I'm not super keen into. Like, we haven't found any documents yet. We can't go into any new rooms. Keep going. It means soul. So yeah, this is just gonna be like guess and check. Went to my soul. It is in my head. Save. Okay. Should we have one more? Or that's it. Maybe suddenly. See, yeah, like we would continually keep dying until we got the right answers, and eventually you're going to get them. But it just like takes me out of the game when I have to just like guess randomly. Seriously? Amazing. Real supernatural event. Too bad we had to like die 3 times to get here. Damon seems pleased. Glad you enjoyed it. Sure, this will happen again, but there's no need to tell him that. Is it safe now? Yeah, probably. Let's keep moving. Well, then, keep going forward. Oh, I'm an idiot. We'll go back and check. I think there was another set of doors that we probably could have walked forward through. Maybe that's why we couldn't interact with them. We'll go back. The air in this room is musty. At first glance, I'd say it's part of a medical facility. It's like an operating room. The smell must be... Oh, there it is. Ooh, sorry, but could you shine the light over there? Is that a dead person? And the flashlight is directed and find a corpse. Damon crouches down and begins to study it. Whoa, it's pretty old. Maybe better off having an archaeologist or an anthropologist look at this. Damon skillfully examines the body. When they're done, they stand up again. The corpse is odd, extremely odd. Cervical vertebrae is severed. But the cut's a mess. Some kind of small bladed object did it, most likely. They cut through the spine. Though it clearly wasn't cut with a surgical tool. I can't even imagine why anyone would do something so cruel. Head was severed with a tool, huh? It's too old. The corpse isn't enough. Someone should have left behind records. It'd be wise to search the room. Yeah, good idea. That's what I was gonna do anyway. In the lab. Alright, oh wait, hold on. Memo. In the lab. Research lab looks more like an operating room. Data suggests that inhuman experiments took place here. I'd really like to leave this place, but we need to thoroughly check for any documents or tools left behind. Hatred clogs the air here, making it more dangerous than any of the places we've been. We could be attacked at any time. We must be prepared. What's this? Metal cabinet. What's in it? Search the ones that are open. Find a notebook titled Research Records and an army short sword. Letters in the notebook have faded, but I can still read it. Experiment miraculously succeed. This divine protection. The Euro statue onated from H shrine created by line statue markers. Using chisel donated by same family. Severe head. Severe head. Tool together becomes the key. Finally, our dearest wish. Nothing else written. Got research records 1. Projectile sword. It mentions a chisel. Does it mean those used for sculpting? Yeah, most likely. It's hard to believe, but did they actually use that to sever the heads? It's unbelievable doing something like that. They severed the heads with a chisel? There's gotta be easier ways to do it. What was that? That was like a saw. What the hell was that? It's a cabinet with a glass door. Open it and search around. Find bells attached to a handle and a notebook with a black cover. It's titled Disposal Vat Management Record. Flip the cover open. Dispose 200 super dimension. Suddenly iron door half spiritualized. Hypothesize focus mystical forces. Need sacred object to erase. Safety valve release code diamond. That'll be important for us to remember. Got Kagura, Suzu bells, disposal vantage. Alright, I think we need to get going. What in these worlds are these notes going on about? Disposal, half spiritualization? I don't understand half of these words. Plus those bells I found don't fit this place at all. Close the notebook and put it in my bag. Then something tangles around my hand. Huh? Thin thread. Seems to be human hair. Glitters pale gold in the light. What? Mark starts sucking at my blood. Ignore it and instead stare at the shining hair as if being pulled in. It's odd, but I get the real feeling that this moment. No, it's here, this place. I've been here before. Mark colors grows more vivid. 2 hours left until death closes in. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Someone mumbles right next to me. Is that someone else? It's my own voice. Question mark? As I thought, it's here. Words pour out from deep inside. I have absolutely no knowledge or control over them. Memories that aren't mine. Words and feelings I couldn't possibly know are falling from my lips. Check the disposal vat. It must be behind that wall. It felt weird when standing in front of that wall. Moosh? What's this all of a sudden? Instant Damon speaks, the voice stops. It's nothing. I'd really like to get out of this room because I heard a chainsaw, and I would like not to be dismembered. I just remembered something important. You honestly alright? Just some rather odd mumbles. I'm fine, really. I just spaced out for a bit. Better or worse, Damon didn't clearly hear what I was saying. Still, though, that voice. Could it be that my old self, the one I lost along my memories, was talking to me? The thing I got when I saw that golden hair. Yeah, that's what triggered it. I haven't heard that other guiding voice for a while now. All I can do is rely on my old self. Suppose of that beyond the wall. Who I said to find that? Alright. In lab number 1. Here. We find documents in a Kagura Suzubel in the cabinet. The files are something odd. Spiritualize the door, at least with sacred object. The Kagura Suzubel is probably considered one. We also know the safety valve release password is diamond. I'm bothered by a thin blonde hair found between the pages. A moment I wonder if a foreigner was here. Conscious memories. I hear a voice saying, check the disposal vat. What the... It's not the usual whisper in my ear, it's my own voice. I have no control over my mouth as it moves on its own. Are the fragments of my memory causing this? It keeps going. It's probably behind that wall. So weird. It's like I have some special power. Can we check the body and do anything else? It's been a number of years since this person died. Dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. Cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. But I can't do anything with it. So, how about here? The wire mesh door and peek inside, but I don't see anything. I close the door and see a paper stuck to the backside. We're now talisman. Hey. I'll take it. And I think that's it, unless there's anything else in here. Light bulb is flickering weakly. Alright. So, good. Let's leave, please, before that chainsaw comes back. So there was a door that we found before that I couldn't interact with. There was a couple of them, I think. So, maybe to the right? I don't remember. Nope. Not this one. Back. Go back. Forward. Right. Navigating these sewers. It's a maze. One of them had a door. This one? Open door and went inside, yeah. I'm an idiot. I was like, why can't we interact with the door? Set up the same way as that operating room. The place may have been used for the same experiments. Hope they're experiment notes. Now let's get searching. You're not doing a lot to help me, friend. Open it and search inside. Find a notebook titled Research Records and a small gun. Notes have deteriorated, but I can just make out what they say. 70th Nexus Experiment Asura statue. Ms. Zhu kept talking about Asura too. Connect male body and female head success. Then, or natural phenomenon spirit, frequent hard, continue experiments. That's all it says. And a palm pistol. Seems to be a record of the experiments performed here. How fascinating. Something's inside the metal cabinet. Open the door, a cloud of dust flies up and blocks my vision. Notebook with a black cover is left inside. Experimental unit correspondence code. Experimental unit correspondence code. Seems to be a document about cryptograms. Inside it says... Canon, weapons name. Heavenly Buddha. Project code. Oh, this would have helped us. Soul, humans head as materials. That would have helped us with that Morse code clue earlier. Looks like a Wabun code. It's similar to Morse. Idiot. That's my fault. I didn't think we can go anywhere else. It looks like it's been a number of years since this person died. Dried skin gives the appearance of a mummy. Cut by the neck is jagged. It must have been cut with some kind of tool. Like the chisel, I guess. Alright, anything else in here? Okay, we're good. Out. Out we go. Was there another door I think we found? Or am I lying? That's a dead end. I can't recall. Ah, we go north of the intersection and... Question mark? The outline of a door is flickering faintly in the wall ahead of us. Hey, look at that! Huh. What? You're seeing odd things again? You can't see it? Fortunately, no. Maybe because I have the bell. Looks like Damon can't see the door. Mumble mumble. That's the spiritual. My mouth begins mumbling words that I don't recognize all on its own. Oppose the spiritual with spiritual. You touch it with a tool that honors the gods. Like the bells, right? Oh, words out of my mouth stops. Touch it with a tool that honors the gods. Flickering half-spirit door. There's a passage beyond the intersection that looks like a dead end. An iron door flickers in and out, and for whatever reason, I'm the only one who can see it. Can't believe this. Do I really have some sort of spiritual power? Oppose the spiritual with the spiritual. So do I have to use a sacred object? Or maybe sacred objects are effective against spiritual beings. Better remember that. I will. Alright, so... Tool. The bell? I got the Kagura Suzu bell. Is just touching it okay? No. Have to mumble mumble. have to mumble mumble. Trained words spill from my lips again. It's the priestess's tool. Man displays spiritual power, it'll be destroyed, so touch it silently. I have his questions, but I have no choice but to trust the other me. Touch the bells to the door carefully, making sure not to make any noise. And we have a door. Next into the door physically appears. What? Wait, I'm not hallucinating, am I? I'm completely shocked. What magic did you conjure to do this? It just felt like it was the right thing to do. But stare at the door. Sense an alarming presence. Heard in my own voice, if I can call it that. Disposal vat is beyond this door. Found some documents about it in the room with the operating table. It might be good to look through those. Let's be careful. This place is giving me a bad feeling. Alright, so should I look through our documents? That's what it says, right? Check the disposal vat. It's probably behind that wall. Oh. Let's try it. Door went inside. There's a couple other doors I think we need to check, but I think they're all locked. Push open the iron door and we head inside. Those are like all Buddha statue heads. Whoa, this is amazing. The other side of the door is a large empty area reminiscent of the vault. This is a disposal vat? Should be, but it's not quite what I expected. Things on the ground. Looks like a sword. Got rusted army sword. Take what Damon picked up. Shine the flashlight around the area. Are these heads of Buddha statues? Are these the missing heads that we've been looking for? Kind of just scattered around. Might be a garbage dump. Just then... Huh? Sound echoes off something heavy moving, and suddenly the room is lit with a pale light. I have a rather bad feeling. Let's get out of here for now. Try to open the door to get out, but... What? It's locked. Impossible. Oh shit. Cutting coldness invades and envelops my feet. My head snaps up and I see water pouring into the room like a giant waterfall. Water? It's ice cold. Polar bear swim is not something I've ever wanted to do. Quickly rise up to our knees. I can't even feel my feet anymore. Water underground? We have to get out of here. We'll die of hypothermia. Oh no. Never die. Okay. I have to remember what was written in those documents about the disposal vat. So near me are the Buddha heads. Something about a wall, right? Wait. Ooh, the diamond head? Remember the word diamond? Yeah. Okay. That one is familiar. That's the diamond Arad head. There's a heavy shudder and the sound of movement. The cooling water suddenly starts sweeping in one direction, down into a drain. Whoa. And it's pulling us in. Oh, that was easy. Easy stuff. Open my eyes, all I see is darkness. Ugh. Quickly lift my head and rub my eyes. My vision slowly comes back. This is... intersection in the underground shelter. Looks like we were drained out with the water and flushed down a pipe. We were lucky. Really nearly breathed a sigh of relief, but then I remembered Damon. That's right. Where's Damon? No need to be so worried. Homeless guy? So it's you. It's been a while, you sneaky intruder. It's Toothless Joe. That old man I met in the passageway beneath Manhole Street. Tried to ask him about Damon, but... my jaw's nearly locked and my voice is gone. Don't try to talk just yet. Water here comes straight from the T-Mountain range, so it's deadly cold. We were submerged in it for near an hour. You'll be slurring your words for a while. Relax, relax, your friend's fine. So you, got somewhere to go back to? Not as I groan. Old man's face brightens like the sun. Well, that's great. Not that I'm demanding a reward for saving you or anything, but I am pretty darn hungry. Man eyes me, his smile sharp. So I guess we're just taking him back home with us. Get in the car, and even though it's the wrong season for it, I turn the heat on full blast. We dry off with towels and the like, but it doesn't stop our shivering for a long time. While this is going on, the old man. Whew, it's hot. Can I open a window? He's blatantly fanning himself in front of us. Okay, yes, in a way we owe him our lives, but even so, he's being a pain. Hang in there a little while longer. Damon shudders. You can see us shivering, can't you? How selfish can you get? It's an honest question, and it probably sucks for him, but we keep the car like a sauna. After driving like that for a while, our teeth finally stop chattering. The man's name is Banshi Ito. That's how he introduced himself. That obviously isn't his real name. He must be a mark bearer too, otherwise we wouldn't bring him back to the mansion, right? He sits next to me. Banshee gives off a savory smell, like freshly baked bread. Kind of cheers me up. At least it does for a few moments until I realize it's a stench of dried filth. Ew! What bread are you eating that it smells like filth? That's disgusting. I love the smell of baked bread. It smells nothing like filth. So, Banshee, what were you doing in a place like that? Banshee remains silent. Are you listening to me? Don't feel up to talking, yeah. I'll tell you in exchange for food. Shouldn't be surprised. Life's rough. Wait, that should be my question. What were you two doing down there? It's a long story. I'll tell you over food. Summarize everything we know about spirits and the mark until I catch up to when we met him in the underground shelter. So that's how it is, huh? He nods vigorously to himself. I wonder if you truly understand, old man. Oh, this is Damon talking. I wonder if you truly understand, old man. Damon's doubts are reasonable, but Banshee waves a hand dismissively. Of course I do. Who do you think I am? A terrible grudge is mucking up that underground shelter. You guys are wrapped up in it now. His story suddenly sounds fishy. A grudge? Banshee, do you know what happened down there? I said I'm not talking about that yet. I was born into a noble family, so I've always had the ability to see things others can't. I staked my name, Banshee Ito, on it, so you can trust me. There's a terrible grudge swirling there, and you've gotten swept up in it. Got nothing to base his claims on, but I get the feeling he's on the right track. In that case, O noble Lord Banshee, would you tell us? How do we overcome that whirlpool? Banshee replies with a magnanimous flourish. That should be obvious. Whirlpools always have a center. We've got to find that. The center? That swirling grudge and the spirit thing. Is that what you called it? Birth of the spirit, the heart of the curse? Something like that should be left within there, that swirling grudge. If you look for that, I'm sure then... Trails off. He gazes at the dark road, his mouth hanging open like he's run out of batteries. Then what? What will happen? Black sky simply goes on forever before Banshee's eyes. Oh. Thanks for nothing, Banshee. Oh, that reminds me, Moosh. Banshee calls out as soon as we enter the garage. Take this, just a little symbol of our friendship. Underground shelter key. Oh, hey, we could use that. There's a key for the underground shelter? I found it when I was popping in and out from that place. I held on to it. But I'll lend it to you for now, Moosh. He just picked it up. Why is he acting like it's a favor? But I have no reason to refuse him. Thanks. I'll borrow it. Hero walks up to us. Oh, welcome back. Learn anything? Damon butts in before I can speak. Wait a second. You're not really considering. You haven't fallen for that suspicious old man's story, have you? Wow, that's rude. In my opinion, a snotty punk like you should be trusted even less. Of course, Moosh. You believe me, right? I mean, I guess. He seems friendly enough. Of course. That's my good pal Moosh for you. Well, I suppose if you're fine with it, then I won't worry about it. I'm assuming he's a mark bearer. I would think. We've only met mark bearers. Those are the only characters that we've met. Anyway, changing the subject. Good grief. Can we just move on from talking about this? Banshee, you're hungry, right? Dining room should have something. Woo! Food, food! Banshee bolts out of the garage and vanishes into the mansion. Hero gives me an exasperated look. Mr. Moosh, you've got a crazy one on your hands this time. Oh, really, Hero? We have a crazy one? To appease the starving Banshee, I offer him some cup noodles and sweet buns. I'm gonna give him a taste of my sweet, sweet buns. The epitome of hunger, he greedily begins scarfing it down like a starving dog. That was enough for 10 people. He devours all of it, and I'm reminded of a high-power vacuum cleaner.
Excellent!
he seemed to really enjoy the food. I haven't been this full in forever. Ugh, glad to hear. Mind answering some questions? Why were you down in that shelter? Well, that's an easy one. Because it's my home. What? What? You mean you're homeless? Who would have possibly guessed? I've been there ever since I found it 10 years ago. Not too shabby a place. Keeps me out of the rain and no damn brats messing with me. Though it gets a mite cold in winter. I don't know how to respond to that. Hero and Damon seem to be the same. It was a paradise for me because no one knows about it. Till a weirdo showed up 6 months ago. Some woman doused in perfume. It was winter and I don't like stirring up trouble, so I just stayed away. That must have been Zukawa. Oh, so Miss Zu. Miss Zu found the shelter. I nod. That is my thought as well. That was a month ago. I figured she must have up and left, so I went back. But now there's something stranger. Which was? A damn walking Buddha statue. I know I'm pretty out there, but even I was shocked by that. I even got this weird scar. Death mark. Nature removes his scarf, revealing the mark on his neck. You may not believe this, but that statue gave you that scar. I figured. It was the cannon soldier after all. So wait, the cannon soldier is a walking Buddha statue? Is that what we're assuming? How do you know that name? Some document I saw had it. There was no plan to make a Buddha statue move with supernatural powers. A heavenly Buddha project weapon. Are you nuts? Spirit powers making something move? That's insane. That's crazier than snakes in my boobs. Now, Hiro, calm down. So those documents that you found, are they still around? Nope, I burned them for warmth. I had a delicious roasted potato, too. Oh, how good are potatoes? I would love potatoes. How could you? Maybe take your own advice, Dr. Damon. Measure of common sense seems to be rather different than this strange old man's. It's fine. My noggin works different from most people's. I got it all memorized. As you say, just tell us. We need to know about that project. Yeah, I really hope this ghost isn't just like a walking Buddha statue. That'd be kind of lame. I hope it's a little bit scarier than that. The Heavenly Buddha Project was the pet project of some general at the end of the war. So they built that shelter for it. Ta-da! The 13th Army Engineering Lab. Like the cannon soldier thing, they did tests on Buddha statues. They were brought back from some shrine or something somewhere. Must be H shrine. Did a bunch of stuff to infuse the statues with spiritual power. There was a monk from T Mountain, spiritual treasures from all over. Nobody thought anything had actually come from it. Project was just an excuse to keep that fanatical general busy. At least it was supposed to be. One day, the statue started moving. It went berserk throughout the lab and went crazy on a ton of people. The bloodstains and old corpses in the shelter are probably the victims. Some people survived, but they had red, bite-like marks on them. Death marks. Thing went in and wrecked the place then. It stopped. Never moved again. No one knows what even triggered it. Killer Buddha statue. Interesting. That's about everything it said. Hero and Damon are white as a sheet. I probably am too. It's a hard story to believe, but he has no reason to lie to us. I think he speaks the truth. What? Are you kidding me? Statue going around and killing people and cursing them? Impossible. And then how do you explain the mark on his neck? Logic would dictate that the moving statue he saw was the cannon soldier. Good. The dormant soldier suddenly starts moving after 50 years. That might be the cause of mine and Hero's marks. What if you flip that, though? Both of your grandpas got the mark from the cannon soldier. When the soldier stopped moving, their marks disappeared. But with it started up again, you got them because you're their descendants. If that's true, then the children inherited their parents' fate. Hero can't seem to muster up any kind of counter-argument. I think she's in shock. Now I want to ask you something, old man. You say the cannon soldier stopped moving 50 years ago. But why? I think it was... some spiritual person used a thingamajig to do something. So you have no idea. It's the most important part. Try to remember. I will give you more of my sweet buns. Not that easy, son. Mark might have made me forget. Oh, the amnesia. Taking age into account, it's more likely that it just completely slipped his mind. It seems like we must defeat the cannon soldier to be free of our marks. We'll have to figure it out on our own. If you can't be with more help. You seem a pro at this, Moosh. We'll be relying on you. I don't have spiritual powers or anything. But you've already faced down 4 different spirits, haven't you? A normal person wouldn't have survived. I am pretty hot shit. Well, he says it, I guess he's right. I have been hearing a mysterious voice a few times and having weird premonitions. And we saw that ghost door. So, I mean, maybe we do have spiritual powers. I even caught myself unconsciously talking when we were down in the shelter. So what are you folks gonna do now? Good question. Investigate the statues, the soldiers, or the project. I guess investigate the soldier, yeah? Investigate the soldier in the shelter. You need to do something about that to get rid of your marks. If I'm descended from someone on the project, then mine might disappear too. And I guess we're going back in then. Hero's still kind of sulking, but she's at least recovered from her shock. We all share the same fate. It's too late to try to run away. Yep, you should find it there. The heart of everything that's causing the curse. You need that to stop the cannon soldier. That's what my gut's telling me. What are you gonna do then? I'm full now, so I'm gonna go take a nap in the park nearby. I'll sit and wait until you fellas do something about that soldier. Why don't you come with us? Wait just a minute, you old fart. Let me just say that it's too late to run away. You gonna eat all our food and then not help us? Okay, I get it. Well, you folks did feed me, so I guess I can help you. Alright, the underground shelter's inhabitant. Alright, so let's look at our file. Okay, someone made it out of the freezing water trap in the disposal vat and returned to the mansion with a strange homeless man calling himself Banshee Ito. He's been living in that shelter, and he has surprising info. He says he saw Zukawa going in and out, and then saw a Buddha statue walking around. He tells us some research documents he had to burn from warmth. The Heavenly Buddha Project. They detailed something called the Heavenly Buddha Project, some mumbo-jumbo about using spiritual power to make a statue into a weapon. They gathered numerous sacred objects, including a massive number of statues from the shrine in each city. There was no way it'd work. The war was almost over, but it moved. The spirit weapon named the Cannon Soldier moved. The moving Cannon Soldier. The soldier went berserk in that shelter and killed people. Those who escaped had a scar, most likely the mark. What's alarming, though, hard to believe, is the walking statue Banshee saw. And that's when he got the mark, which means the Cannon Soldier is moving once more. That might be why Damon and Hiro, descendants of those involved, now have the mark as well. The way to stop the soldier. It's unclear what made the soldier move, past or present, but we have to find a way to stop it. Maybe there are records of how it stopped 50 years ago? Banshee doesn't remember. Only that some person with spiritual power used something to do something. I guess all we can do is search the shelter. I have to trust both my past and present self. And can we switch our partners? Dead. Suzu survived. So we have some people who survived. Some people who died. Bummer. Shu died. Tsukasa died. And here's Ito. Kooky old man living in the underground shelter. He's read through nearly all the notable documents up there and he should be knowledgeable. He claims to have spiritual powers. So maybe we should partner with him because he's the only one we have on our team that has spiritual powers, right? I'm thinking. Strange Vagrant.
Excellent.
Excellent. Cool. Alright, so why don't we save here for today, and then in our next episode we'll go explore the shelter and see what else we can find down there, and see if we can maybe meet up with this cannon soldier. So I really hope it's got a cool ghost design. I don't know anything about it, but I hope it's not just a walking statue, because that would be kind of lame. But anyway, this has been episode 9 of Deathmark. If you like this series, stick with it, and I'll have another episode next week. But I appreciate y'all watching, and I will catch you for the next one. Peace!